Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. So, in today's video what we're going to talk about is the shocking truth if you want to make it in affiliate marketing. So, stick with me. Now, before we do get started, I did want to say that the reason I've been off YouTube for a couple of weeks is first because I went to Spain for a week, and then I thought about this YouTube channel and how I could stay way more consistent than I have been in the past, because it's been a struggle keeping up and posting up regularly. So I should be posting a video every single day, so make sure that you do subscribe to my channel, because I'll be posting plenty more content and a ton of valuable stuff, so make sure that you stick with it. Now, cue the intro and let's get into it. So, the very first thing that you want to do if you want to make it in affiliate marketing is you can only make some money if you are giving value. Now, giving value doesn't necessarily mean doing what I'm doing and things like that. It can be entertaining people, it can be a ton of different things. It can be teaching, it can be testing some products and saying if they're good or not, like if you're testing tech products and things like that. That can work as well, but you do have to give value all the time. So, I see a ton of people, and it's like on YouTube videos, but also on Facebook group. That's the biggest thing I see all the time is people being really spammy and trying to comment and give their affiliate links everywhere on Facebook groups and things like that, just trying to make a quick buck here and there. And if you're doing that, guess what? It's never gonna work. Yes, you might get a sale here and there, but your name will go crushed and everything will go to the bin because you are not giving any value. You're just trying to spam people to get some stuff. And it's very rare that the people are actually going to click on your link. And when I say on YouTube videos, I don't mean the person actually making the videos. I mean someone that's spamming somebody else's video just to make a quick buck here and there. And it just doesn't work like that. So, the best way to get started is probably reviews and tutorials. So if you have an expertise in something, or you're just interested in any way in something, you can just make a tutorial about what you're going through, how it's good, how whatever you're doing is going to help people out. If you're doing review videos like I just talked about, if you're making tech products, for instance, you can just tell people why this product is good, why it's not so good in some aspects and things like that. And then you can get your link in the description, and yes, you can make money that way because you are actually giving value. And you can just say, if you're interested in this product, then make sure that you click the link in the description, and it will take you straight to the best page to buy this product. So you're not spamming people, you're actually giving value, and you're giving a link to a product that you actually believe in rather than something else that you don't really care about. And that's another important tip, is if you try to sell something just because it's going to make you money and you don't actually believe in the product, yes, you'll probably get some sales, but guess what? The next time you're going to try and do that, the people who actually bought from you are never ever going to buy from you again. And the most important customer is not the new customer, it's the customer that's already bought from you. And that's because they're ready to spend some money with you, they trust you and things like that. So if you throw them to the bin and just trying to acquire new customers all the time, it's going to be way more expensive and it's just not going to be as effective. So make sure that you keep the customers that you actually have, and then you're going to make some money that way. So do make sure that you actually believe in the product. That's the number one tip that you actually have to make sure that you do have. So where do you post that content? The best way is this. It's YouTube. There's no question about that. People actually get to know you. The video is the way it's going to go all the time. So YouTube is just the way that it's just going to go. The other way is blogs, but I do suggest that if you're doing in blogging, you want to make sure that you have something else. So you can have a YouTube channel, that's the most effective way. If you have a YouTube channel and a blog, it's going to work together. But if you just have a blog, it's probably not going to get very much traction because nobody's coming from anywhere to visit your blog. You can also do Instagram. Instagram works pretty good, not as good as YouTube, but it does work. So if you know how to build an Instagram account, this can work as well. The reason why it's not as good as YouTube is because it's very easy to subscribe to somebody on Instagram or follow someone on Instagram rather than on YouTube. On YouTube it's a bit harder and people really get to know you. So that's the reason why the customers are way more interested in what you're saying rather than on Instagram. But I've seen some people make some sales, some affiliate sales on Instagram if they have a large following. So make sure you do that. On YouTube you do not have to have such a big following to make some money as on Instagram. So both work, but YouTube is the way to go in 2018 and further on. The next thing is you just have to get started. So many people overanalyze, watch a ton of YouTube videos, watch a ton of content everywhere they can go, and try to learn and learn and learn. Maybe they even buy courses, maybe they do all sorts of stuff. And yes, as much as this is very important, it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is to actually get started. If you never get started, you're not going to get anywhere. If you're trying to get it perfect before you start, you'll never start, because starting is like the first video you're going to do, the first piece of content that you're going to do. All these things, they're gonna suck. Like, I hate to bring it up to you, but that's just the way it is. Everybody that starts a YouTube channel, that starts a blog, that starts anything, their first content actually sucks. And this is all the big YouTubers, all the big people like that are very known and things like that. Like, I can guarantee that Gary Vee, for example, his first video probably sucked so bad. So don't worry about making it perfect. You'll learn as you go. And if you never go, you'll never get there. So don't try and get it perfect. Just start, and that's just the way to go. Now, keep in mind that you do not have to be an expert in your field. I touched on this earlier in the video, but you just need to be one step closer than the person that's actually watching you. So if you're just making some video on Shopify, for example, some people never actually made a sale. Maybe you've made a sale. Then you're one step closer than the guy who's watching you that's never made a sale. If you're doing a cooking channel and you've cooked a few things, then you probably know a lot more than the guy who's never even cooked noodles in his life or anything like that. So don't worry about being an expert. You'll learn as you go, but you just have to be one step closer than the person who's just trying to learn from you. So don't worry about being an expert. Once again, it's not a big deal. If you're reviewing products, it's the same thing. Don't worry about the person who's got millions and millions of views, because just you're on your own game. Maybe this guy has an advantage that you don't have, but if you make videos more and more, then you'll have an advantage over other people. So don't worry about any of that. Just get started in whatever you're interested in, and that's a very important aspect of it, because if you're not interested, it's going to be way harder to put out some content. The other thing is that you have to actually put in the work. Like, so many channels talk about this and other people make it look so easy, and like, it's not easy. You just have to put in the work, and it's going to get easier and easier as you go, but at the beginning it's just not that easy to make any sort of money. Some people that you see making millions and millions, they've gone like 3 or 4 years without making a single cent on any of their content, on affiliate marketing, and also in other businesses. So if you're not into affiliate marketing, it's not a big deal, but just you have to put in the work and work and work without getting any sort of results. Before you actually start getting some traction, you have to just put in the work with no results. It's not like a full-time job or any sort of job actually. At a job, you just work, you go there from 9 to 5, and at the end of the month, you get your paycheck. If you're trying to do this in any sort of business, you go to work, and at the end of the month, well, you do not get your paycheck. You just you feel like you're working for nothing for months, maybe years, just trying to make something work, and you do not get any results. But then it gets exponential. So you start making more and more and more money if you do not stop. So make sure that you never stop, and then you just wait until you make and start making some money, and then continue growing, and that's going to get way easier to continue because you're actually getting some results. But at the beginning, you're never going to get some results. So keep that in mind. It's not easy, but it's totally worth it. Because in the end, you're going to just make some money, some passive income really easily. But passive income is not the way that people think. It's not just money that's falling from the sky into your bank account for no reason. You actually have to put in the work first. And then, yes, you'll make some money while you sleep. And that's a pretty good thing to have. But you have to put in the work. The next thing is you have to invest in yourself. It's good that you're watching a video on YouTube like this. If you're trying to get some courses, you can have some good ones as well. There's some pretty good courses that I've taken. I'm going to continue taking courses, and I highly, highly advise you to do this because it'll cut your learning curve so much. And I do not have a course that I'm trying to sell you or anything like that. All I have to say is invest in yourself. So watch these videos on YouTube, whether it's mine, somebody else's. Take some courses, read some books, all sorts of stuff that's just going to help you and cut that learning curve. So instead of taking 4 years, maybe it'll take you 3, maybe it'll take you a month. Nobody actually knows how long it's going to take you, but as long as you're taking some courses and investing in yourself, basically, you're going to get the results faster. So with that being said, if you made it to the end of this video, make sure that you leave a comment and tell me that you did, because I highly appreciate that. And make sure that you join my free Facebook group in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.